Good morning, my name is Engineer Piyush Pandey. Welcome to today's session of Motivational Skills, and the topic for today's discussion is yes to person, no to task. Sometimes we are in such a situation that we are not able to help someone who is someone very dearest. Sometimes we are not able to help people whom we love. Yes to person, no to task means that we accept a person personally. We like someone personally, but sometimes we are not in a position to take the request from that person. Whatever the person is requesting us, we are not able to do it due to some reason. Although we love that person, we respect that person, but we cannot conform to his request. Now, there are two reasons behind it. First thing is, we do not know how to do the task. And secondly, we are not willing to do the task. I'm sorry. The first case is, we do not know how to do the task. Someone asks you to do something and you are not technically capable of doing it and you refuse. Now, this is a very understandable case. The person will also understand that since you are not technically capable, you are not having knowledge related to the task, that's why you are not able to do the task. Now, first case is very common, very simple. But the second case is quite complicated. Sometimes you know how to do the task, but still you are not willing to do it because it is not according to your moral values. It is not according to your ethical and moral values. That's why you are not willing to do the task. Now, if you straightforward say to the person that whatever you are asking me to do, it is not in accordance with my thought process. It is not in accordance with what I think is good or bad. That's why I am not going to do it. This statement is quite rude and it can spoil your relationship with the person. But here we need to understand that we don't have to spoil our relationship with our friends, with our family members, with our official colleagues. And still we have to say them no. In that case, you need to explain your situation completely to the other person. The other person has approached you thinking that you will help him, thinking that you are his friend, you are his colleague. That's why he will definitely receive a genuine help from you. But still, if what he wants you to do is not in accordance with your ethical and moral values, you should not do it, but refuse politely. Say to the person that try to understand my situation, my inner feelings, my inner desires, my inner ideas do not allow me to do what you are saying right now. You are my friend and you will always remain my friend throughout my life. But I cannot conform to this request of yours because it is against my moral values, my ethical standards, and I assure you that whatever is against your moral values and your ethical standards, I will not also tell you to do it. Even I will not force you to do what is against your moral values, your ethical values. So I request you humbly, please don't force me to do what is against my moral values, my ethical values. Try to understand here, ladies and gentlemen, there are only two reasons of refusing a request of someone whom you love. The first thing is very genuine, as I have already told you, that you are absolutely unaware of the task. You do not know how the task actually takes place, and you do not know, you are not technically intelligent, you are not professionally qualified to accomplish that task. That's why you refuse. And the second case, and the most complicated case, is you know how the task is done. You know the entire procedure. But since it is against your ethical and moral values, you are not willing to do it. In that case, always be polite to your friend. Always be polite to that person who has requested you to do that particular task. Try to make him understand your situation very clear. And try to convince that person that even if you do not do that task, still it is not going to affect the relationship between you and him. It is not going to affect the relationship between you and him. It is not going to affect the bond of love between you and that person. And that person should also try to understand that there are certain ethical and moral values associated with every human being. And every human being lives by those principles. Thinking that in mind, the person who is requesting you to do something, he should also try to understand that there are certain ethical and moral values. And we need to conform to those values. If you are not following ethical and moral values, what is the meaning in being a human being? What is the meaning in living such a useless life? Ethics and moral values are most crucial, ladies and gentlemen. Even organizations today recognize the value of ethical and moral values. So I just want to say today that please be polite to the person whom you are refusing. If it is due to some technical reason, explain that to the person that you are not technically competent to perform the task. If it is related to your ethical and moral values, still you don't need to be rude to that person. You need to be highly polite to that person, and you need to make that person understand that there are certain ethical and moral things because of which you are not able to accomplish his request. And in future, you will always remain his friend. You will always remain his loved one. But absolutely not against ethical and moral values. Ethics and morals are always priority. That's all I wanted to tell you today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you loved my today's video. Please subscribe my channel ER Piyush Pandey Trainer B.Tech MBA, and please press the bell icon for constant updates. Thank you very much. Have a great day.